This episode is for educational purposes only. Okay, so this is Mr. Walker's podcast, and I am back. I had a little incident with someone, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about my mind state and when I decided to actually approach the person and what I was expecting to happen. So, long story short, my cousin was talked about on the internet. And if you know my family, we're a huge family. We're private. We try to keep everything within family. But when you tend to allow certain people in and they don't function, their family don't function the way your family functions, they tend to, kind of cut a side eye, talk shit about the family and things of that nature, and take it outside, right? We've all had friends where, they probably told some secrets about your family, or they probably witnessed something that they weren't used to, and you were probably thinking, because we're friends, you wouldn't take this business outside of where it needs to be, which is home front between us. It's things that I'm not ashamed of. I am who I am. My family is who they are. But the outside world that's not used to what I'm used to growing up seeing, they could look at it in a different way. Cool. Whatever. I'm okay with it. This particular person posted something about a cousin of mine. And I wasn't... I said to myself, when I see him, I'm just going to ask him what it was about. No violence. I'm operating in a different space. As far as like my mentality, I'm not the pit bull that you fed fucking hot sauce and he's finally off the leash. He's just going to attack everyone. I'm not that anymore. I realize that I'm not a child. So just jumping out the window a lot of times, I got to think. But being that me and this person have a somewhat of relationship, he knows me, I know him, and I figured that it was a respect level there. Despite being in high school with this dude, and one of my best friends damn near killed him. Like, if it wasn't because of my mother holding his hand while he was bleeding to death and keeping him awake, he would have died. Time went on. We were just cordial. He would be at times, he would even be on the steps with the rest of the young boys that I was hustling with. He knows me. He knows that I'm not playing. I don't play the games, right? Never did. I never been a victim. Nobody's ever done anything to me with me knowing and not had any get back. So he knows I stand on business. But I'm cool as well. Like, I'm not a bully. You know what I'm saying? So as time goes on, he puts my cousin up on the internet. And I said, when I see him, I'm gonna have a conversation with him. I see him in the store. I approach him like a man. Like I said, no violence, why the fuck? None of that. Like, yo, dog, like, out of respect, I wish that you wouldn't speak on my family or my cousin, my cousin like that. And that's how I approached him. He then begins to, going crazy, but not in a disrespectful way, meaning he's just talking loud. But I'm like, yo, calm down. It doesn't need to be that. Anyway, I walk away from him, and as I'm walking away, he said something that I think any other guy would probably turn around and attack. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was enough to make me stop walking. And then one of my other friends that was outside the store was like, listen, Walker, please. You know what? And I snapped back. Sometimes you need that, right? I'm not in the hood. not doing the typical things anymore. I'm done with it. I'm done with motherfuckers from the hood lying about their life. I'm tired of motherfuckers in the hood draining you of your energy. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of motherfuckers, hating on one another, not supporting one another. I'm just tired of it all. I want to do something different. So me being the toughest or the biggest blood or the biggest Crip, that shit is not on my, that shit is not gonna get these bills paid. You understand what I'm telling you? And nowadays, the person sitting right next to you that you taking all the pictures with, that's throwing up the same gang sign, wearing the same colors, that's gonna be the motherfucker that's gonna ace you. And I did a show, listen, he's gonna ace you. It ain't gonna be anybody else. It's not gonna be a stranger. It's gonna be your man that get you jammed up. Trust me. You plug something, you put something down, the dude that drove the car to the location, he's gonna be the one that put you in jail. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. So, getting back to this, after that, he puts me on the internet. Now, mind you, the argument wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy at all. It was no argument. He was yelling. I walked away, being a grown man. He puts me on the internet, I think the next day. Now, mind you, this dude, he doesn't just do like drugs, like the normal drugs. This dude fucks with embalming fluid, wet. He fucks with the shit that they put in dead bodies. Everybody in the neighborhood seen him having episodes. He was in the woods fighting the bushes and the trees with a tennis racket in his underwear. These are all, listen, what you get on this mic from me is the truth. Whether they be tears or relationship shit or even this, or even talking about myself, I have no reason to lie to anyone. I'm so good in my skin. Like when I'm fucked up, the people that's close to me, they know. When I deal with when I'm going through mental shit, like last week, 2 weeks ago, I had a breakdown. And the people that I shared it with, I know really fuck with me. You understand what I'm telling you? The people that I know really care, I told it to. Shit. Last year sometime, I'm not gonna say the dollar amount, but I had so much money taken from me. Trying to recover from that shit and still keep my fucking sanity and still be the guy for me that I believe that I am, right? Getting down on myself and all, the people that's close to me, the ones that really love me, got it. Boo-hooing, crying. You understand? So I deal with my emotions and I'm learning to deal with them as a grown man. I don't always have to be tough. I feel shit as well. Like I go through shit as well. So this guy puts me on the internet and as I'm reading this shit, I'm just like, damn, like all the things he's saying about me, 90% of them weren't true. He's attacking my character, who I am as a man, what business I stand on. And the most craziest shit in the message in the post was him saying that I wasn't a real dude because I never did time in jail. What? See, right then and there, I should have known who I was really dealing with. But that wasn't even what bothered me. Like, what bothered me was the fact that you know, boy, that I am 100% the real deal. There's no fluff. And there's never been any. Not for a woman and not to make friends with other guys. If I'm not feeling you, I ain't shaking your hand or nothing. I stand on real business. So that's what made me mad. And every time he's out of jail or rehab, he bumps into me in the street. Now, mind you, you can't even catch me like just like sitting still somewhere. I'm always on the go. I got a routine. If you catch me in between those places, we can have a conversation. But some of the things that I do is through the neighborhood, like my errands and shit that I run. So if you catch me during my errands, you know, and you want to have a conversation with me, I'll gladly have one with you. Anybody that want to talk about anything, for whatever reason, motherfuckers confide in me. They tell me a bunch of shit. They life shit. And I hold it. I don't run around talking about it. You understand? So he catches me like that. And every time I see him, he give me his new number and tells me that he needs to hang out with me. He want to hang out with me. Shit like that. His mother even dated my cousin. So it's a different, I would think that it would be a different type of connection there. And being that, you know, my friend almost fucking killed you and you lived by the grace of my them hands that she laid on you. Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? You shouldn't be the victim by my hands. You're playing yourself. Some time go by, I said to myself, when I see him this time, we're gonna have a conversation like men. And it was a small part of me that wanted something physical to happen. Sometimes I think men, especially when you close to someone like that, like not friends, but nigga, you know me, I know you. This isn't, I'm not at work beefing with a coworker going back. This is hood shit. You know me. We don't gotta use no bats, no guns, no nothing. But when you dealing with hood shit like this, either you continue to walk the other way or you fall victim. Now, I fell victim. One, I shouldn't be, I know better. And let me tell you how I knew better in this instant. So I see him last night. Birthday week, I'm ripping and running through the streets. On my way home, I come through the neighborhood. I see him walking. He walking and I seen him tugging at something. Now, mind you, there's really no one in the street, but I see him and I seen a car like that had pulled over. So I bust a Yui. It's always a bat in my car. Always. Just in case. So when I bust a Yui, I jump out with the bat. When I jump out with the bat, I'm like, yo, let me holler at you. Now, I know approaching the situation with a bat just adds fuel to the fire, right? Especially when I know these hands are what they are. When I seen him tugging, that also should have told me to go the opposite way. That's either a pistol or a knife. Or something that he needs help with, right? That can hurt me. But because that thing that's in me, it was just like rip them to shreds. Like, and I know what I'm capable of. No gun, no knife, no bat, just hand-to-hand combat. When I jump out, I'm like, yo, let me holler at you. He begins to walk fast, like almost running. And then I kind of skip up to catch him and he runs across the street. He's screaming, yo. I'm asking him, or I'm telling him like, yo, why did I deserve that, bro? Because now he's not even allowing me to speak to him. He's kind of yelling or whatever, and I'm asking him like, yo, why did I deserve that? I didn't deserve that, bro. I came to you like a man the first time, and this time I want to have a conversation. Now, I didn't say that, but I'm like, when I called his name, he turned around and he see me, he begins to like skip off, run and shit. So, but I could have he's asking me to put the bat down. I wanted him, I cut my phone on, and I wanted him to apologize. Not on no sucker shit, just men being men. Yo, I made a mistake. I fuck with this nigga. I was on my shit, yo, I'm apologizing. Hoping that I get something like that out of him. He showed me that he can do that in the past. He showed me that he has those qualities. But I guess when he gets high, he forgets things. Cool. He asked me to put the bat down. At this moment, I'm thinking, work time. It's work. You can hear the bat. I dropped the bat. The phone is still recording. He tugging at the joint when that's still, you gotta do it to me. You gotta do it. I've been shot before. I know what it feels like. Clean it up and let's go. Like, that's it. Like, once I get cleaned up or that shit don't put me down, and that moment when you just, you gotta do it. And then because even if the joint is pulled out now, that also could make a motherfucker shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Like, retreating, like, yo, damn, it just wasn't your day. You ran up on him while he had. That's why all of this, it's a message at the end. This episode is for educational purposes only. That's it. I'm not perfect. I don't act like I am. I struggle with the ego of a man, the pride of a man, right? And I always say to myself, like, it's not something that I do. It's not something that I'm running around doing. And women, I know y'all wouldn't understand. It's like a man thing, even grown or a young boy. It's just something in us that's like, I can't let you do this to me. It's that thing. It's that ego. It's that pride. It's the shit. I'm standing on my motherfucking Dean. Like, yo, nigga, we could talk like men and squash it. Everybody makes mistakes. That's all I'm asking. Like, yo, dog, if you made a mistake, cool, tell me. It doesn't make you a pussy to say sorry. It doesn't. Again, I struggle with shit every day. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of doing. And I know where I want to be and go. I let a lot of shit slide. Sometimes that shit gets so built up, though, I'm like, I can't. As y'all seen a couple episodes ago, yo, I said it. Like, and that's the built up shit that I hear. Yo, leave me the fuck alone. I'm not for everyone. I'm an acquired taste. You understand? Like, but just leave me alone if you don't fuck with me. Again, children, women, men, boys, whatever. A 20-second mistake could be 20 years in fucking jail. Listen, to be taken off the streets, away from your family, your girl, your children, for these fucking numbskulls, it's a learning lesson. I learned a valuable lesson. And I'm giving it to y'all now. But listen, I'm still a man and I struggle with shit. And I fucked up. And going forward, I'm just going to do better. This is Mr. Walker's podcast.